Hi there. Welcome to my Wednesday. It's been a while since we've been right here at this exact moment making one of these. We're back in the gym, so trying to maintain that protein, keep it up. Should be eating like 180 to 200 grams of protein, give or take. It's really hard to maintain that. I can do it every once in a while, but it's hard to do it every single day. Tiffany finds a way. She's able to do, I think she's doing 140, maybe 150. And she hits it almost every day. So today we are going to do our 10 vloggers you should be watching in 2026. This is something that I have been hinting at, talking about for a few months now. I said I was going to do a, like, I don't want to say top 10 list, because I'm not saying these are like the 10 best vloggers. I'm not even going to say these are my 10 favorite vloggers. These are just the 10 vloggers that I recommend you at least checking out. Maybe you'll like them, maybe you won't. Everyone has different tastes, everyone has different preferences. So by no means, you know, is it a guarantee that you're going to love all 10 of these vloggers? But I love them and I want to share them with you. If you've been watching my channel for the last year, you've heard me talk about a lot of these vloggers, right? There's Chris Meets Chris, there's Luis, there's Isaac, there's Russ, there's Evan. You know, there's all these different names that I throw out there as if you know who I'm talking about. And I apologize for that. But at the same time, it's the same thing if I mentioned, you know, the Eagles game and you're like, well, I don't watch football, or I didn't watch the Eagles game. But you know roughly what I'm talking about, who I'm talking about, right? Oh, he's a vlogger. Oh, he's a YouTuber, that sort of thing. So let's get to it, shall we? Okay, so this is a lot harder than I thought it was gonna be. I said this the other day, like, oh, I already got like 5 in my head. Yeah, 5 easy, but then the next 5 is actually kind of hard to pick because it's like, I watch a lot of vlogs. I subscribe to a lot of channels. So again, this is in no particular order, but I put a little more weight on the frequency of uploads. So channels that don't upload as frequently kind of got moved out a little bit. And those who vlog a particular style, a particular way, obviously we all have our preferences, like I said. So I'm going to give you my 10 vloggers you should be watching in 2026, plus one bonus. So it's actually 11, but 10 plus a bonus. And then there'll be some honorable mentions in the description below. Okay? Just for the sake of this video, we're gonna stick to the 10 plus 1. All right? Let's go. So first I want to preface that I personally love day in the life vlogs. I love when someone takes me through their day. I'm an old school vlogger. That's what I create. That's what I like to watch. A lot of the YouTube gurus will be like, hey, go to YouTube and watch YouTube and think like a viewer when you create your videos. And that's basically what I do. I like watching day in the life vlogs. That's what I create. And so there's this synergy. So first and foremost, big fan of Russ Taka. I think it's Taka, but Russ Taka. He is a vlogger that takes me through his day, wherever he starts. Sometimes he starts in the morning, sometimes he starts in the middle of his day. Sometimes his vlogs are just one concise little moment, say like within an hour, and other days it's kind of broken up throughout his day. He changes up his shots. He gets a lot of random shots. He puts music in, he does little effects, he does little goofy transitions and titles. I'm a huge fan of Russ, and I think you will too. Aside from his video skills, I like his chill demeanor. I like that he's just kind of like chill. There's really not a lot of excitement that comes from Russ. I'm assuming that's his demeanor in real life, like what I see on video is what he is in real life. And I dig that. I dig it a lot. All right, next is Isaac Cisneros. I'm gonna butcher these names. I'm sorry, I apologize if I butcher your name, but they're on the screen, so you can't get it wrong. Isaac's another kind of day in the life vlogger. He's a firefighter, and so he takes us with him on his days off. When he coaches at the gym or goes to the gym, He does a lot of workouts. He's got a couple of kids, so there's some family elements. Him and his fiance are constantly going back and forth. There's some great humor between the two of them. Like it's one of those things where, you know, they'll say something and she'll be like, cut that out, and he never does. It's always in. I love the banter back and forth between the two of them. But Isaac does a fantastic job of getting very creative with his camera angles. He sets the camera up. I said this the other day. He will walk like 20 feet, set the camera up, walk back, and then turn around and walk towards the camera. And then he'll turn the camera around, he'll walk away from the camera, and then obviously he has to come back and get the camera. So he goes above and beyond to get a lot of really great shots. He's not shy about vlogging in public or walking into public and setting up a camera. Big props, kudos to him for going above and beyond and doing that stuff. And to watch him this last year kind of evolve and get better at being a vlogger and a content creator, it's been great. Big fan of Isaac. Next is a guy in New York. His name's Chich Bolt. And Chich doesn't vlog super regularly. When I first found him last year, he was doing daily. And then he stopped doing daily because of work, unfortunately. He was working at a coffee shop, and the coffee shop he was working at let him vlog in the coffee shop and while he was at work. And that's what I kind of fell in love with his vlogs, because it was like, come to work with me, come hang out with me. And he was very creative with his shots, and he talked about coffee and the coffee shops and his dream of owning a coffee shop one day. Well, then he got a new job at a new coffee shop, which was exciting because it was more pay and more responsibility, more hours. But unfortunately, they did not want him to vlog. And so it kind of killed his vlog mojo. As of the recording of this video right now, he is doing daily January. So he is vlogging every day in January, which I'm very excited about. It's been great to see him in my subscription box again. And right now he's currently trying to find a new apartment in New York. So it's a little kind of an emotional journey that he's on right now, but like I'm totally rooting for him, and I'm invested in his journey of finding this apartment and whatnot. So I'm glad that he's back, and he's back to daily vlogging. Another guy that was daily vlogging and unfortunately has to take a hiatus at the moment is Evan Lindy. I've talked about Evan numerous times on the channel because again, big fan, super cinematic, super high quality. Evan has a ton of like high-end equipment and takes a lot of thought in his setting up his shots and, you know, getting a lot of B-roll. I'm envious of that he plans and thinks about his B-roll ahead of time, obviously. Setting up his camera on a tripod and walking in and out of frame. He was doing daily for a while there, but unfortunately he lives in a very cold part of Canada, and so like right now it's like 0 degrees, and so I can relate. The summertime here, you don't want to be outside, so it sucks when you're kind of confined to your house. It's kind of like when we were in the lockdown, the pandemic. It was hard to vlog every day when we were like just stuck at home. So hopefully one day when things get warmer, Evan will be back. But nevertheless, when Evan puts out a video, you know it's high quality. You know that it's going to be a banger. So Evan Lindy is another great one. The next one is someone I found just recently with Vlogmas. This guy, one of his videos popped on my homepage, and I was like, oh, I should watch this guy later, and I kind of like just never got around to it. And then another one of his videos happened to pop up in the sidebar of someone I was watching, and I was like, I think that's the same guy. So I went to his channel and realized, yep, there's the video I was gonna watch, and now he's got a new video that I wanna watch. And he started doing Vlogmas, and his name is Benny Dong, sorry, Benny Dong. Another guy that does really high quality production. He's I think he's a nurse, like a travel nurse, but he's also training for a marathon. So over Vlogmas, he was doing a lot of running training. Takes the camera with us to the beach, to his runs, to the gym, to his cold plunging, but then he'll be in his car, and he does a lot of like conversations in his car. But he's really good again about setting up different shots and different angles and just kind of keeping the flow of the vlog very dynamic. So I enjoy just kind of like chilling with him and listening to what he has to say, because he keeps things moving. So the next one is a guy that I found last year, and it was kind of a weird. It was kind of that trend of like the Sam Suliks, where an average guy that kind of blew up on YouTube because of the circumstances. And this is Ian on YouTube. He was working at 7-Eleven, And one of his videos, I forget off the top of my head which one it was. Maybe I can find it. Oh, yeah. Why I am 30 years old working a dead-end retail job. 3 million views. Basically, he was working at 7-Eleven and he was working the night shift, the graveyard shift, and he vlog while he was at work. You know, he'd set the camera up, his phone up, kind of like at the register, and kind of just vlog while he was working, and then he'd be in the back stocking things, and him and his coworkers would be funny and goofy, kind of like your average, like, you know, someone vlogging while they're at work. But you know, he fell in hard times. He shared a lot of personal stories. He ended up getting fired from 7-Eleven, and his community rallied around him and supported him, and continued to support him both monetarily with super chats, but also just by watching his videos. And so Ian shoots primarily with his iPhone, but I know he's got like a GoPro or some other kind of action camera. I just don't know how often he uses it. Production value is on the lower end, but he still, like, his vlogs are very much like take me along throughout your day. He doesn't post daily. His videos are more of like weekly, I would say. Yeah, a couple times a week, depending on what he's going through. But again, he's kind of going through some hardships, and in fact, he's getting ready to move to across the country. So I just enjoy that he's just this average dude trying to like get through life, and he chose to share it on YouTube, and his channel blew up last year. And so it's kind of awesome to see, like, he pretty much can make a living based on the numbers I see. And the super chats and the donations that he gets, he definitely can make a living on YouTube. He doesn't have to get a job, but he obviously wants to get a job, and he knows that if he gets a job in the convenience world, he can get back to like vlogging at the convenience store, which is what kind of made his channel. Next is someone that I found kind of on a whim, because I don't normally watch these type of vlogs, but it just happened to just catch my eye. I watched her and I was like, I dig her vibe. It's Purple Palace, the Purple Palace, 85, and she's an artist in Paris, France. So I think she's American. I'm not sure if she's American, but she has an American accent, so she, you know, could be Canadian, whatever. But she's in Paris, and she's an artist, and her videos are, she posts about once a week. I think it's about once a week. And so the videos are kind of a compilation of the week, and it's a combination of like sitting down, talking head like this, B-roll shots, walking down the streets, coffee shops, some voiceover with her, like maybe like, you know, drawing or sketching, that sort of thing. But it's just, again, very chill, take me throughout your day, calm demeanor, and good production value for a vlogger, right? It doesn't like scream cinematic. It definitely feels like maybe like an iPhone video or like a cheap camera, but there's that authenticity around it that I really, really enjoy. Next is a guy that I really enjoy for a sense of humor. It's Julian Rowland, or it's Juji. He does a combination of take us with you, day in the life vlogs, but also does a lot of like camera reviews, lens reviews. He does CrossFit. His wife also does CrossFit, so there's like a little competition there. There's something about Danishes that I haven't quite picked up on, that he's a big Danish guy. But I love when Julian takes us, he lives in Chicago, so I love when he takes us downtown Chicago, and he's walking through the buildings, and he's vlogging in public, and the vibe of the city life. I'm a big fan of like city life vloggers, right? That's, I think, one of the reasons why I love Casey Neistat so much is because he's always in New York walking around, and just I love seeing people's environments. That's like part of one of my favorite things about people vlogging and taking us through their day in life. I want to see these environments. I want to travel the world personally. So when someone's vlogging wherever they're at, I'm a big fan of that. That's what hooks me in to people that travel, people that, you know, vlog outside their home and takes us with them to their job or employment or their vacations, or, you know, just anything. Honestly, like I want to see environments, and I want to travel with you. So I'm a big fan of that. And so Julian being in Chicago, those are my favorite vlogs of his, when he's walking, you know, taking us to work or whatnot. Speaking of vacations and traveling, this next guy, Cam Brown Vlogs, I think the first video I saw of his was one of his Hawaii trips. Maybe it was a short, I don't remember, but someone mentioned him in their vlog, and so it just kind of clicked. I saw a short or something, I saw a video of Cam's, and then someone mentioned him, so I went and checked him out. I'm like, oh, I've seen this guy before. Again, he doesn't vlog super regularly, busy guy with work and whatnot, but when he does vlog, I really enjoy his outlook on things. He's done a couple of like day in the life videos where he's taken us with him to like eat or travel. He went to the Sphere, he went to some fine dining, like multiple course meal. So I, again, really love those videos where you take me with you. I want to go with you. And Cam does a really good job of that when he vlogs. To round out our top 10 here is a guy that I will watch this guy do literally anything. His energy, his production value, and like what he says, I really just, I'm all ears. Like I'm leaning in when this guy is talking. And again, it doesn't matter what he's talking about, even though most of the time what he's talking about, I'm not really that into. I don't really care too much about. If you know me, I'm very much a guy that's like, I only care about the things that I use or that that I care about. Like if you're talking about an Android phone, I never use Android. I'm never going to use Android, so I'm out. I don't care. And that's Chris Meets Chris. Chris is a photographer and a entrepreneur and a video lover. When I first found Chris, he just kind of got back into vlogging. He was vlogging with an action camera on his one wheel, or he'd just be walking through a park. Again, big fan of Take Me With You. Most of his vlogs are walking to work or walking home from work or walking to his coffee shop or I think that is his work actually. Sorry. You get my point. Like it's walking through city, right? He lives in Canada and he takes a ferry and I love the environments. And again, don't really care so much about the camera stuff that he's talking about, but I'm learning a lot. I have learned a lot. I have to give Chris props on that. But again, it's his energy and it's his production value and it's the way, just the way that everything comes together with Chris. I even went back and watched some of his older vlogs when he started daily vlogging. He's tried daily vlogging multiple times. Like I've seen the reboot a couple times and I went back and watched those vlogs. And so that's kind of what made me fall in love with Chris was like, he is an excellent vlogger. He just has 2 small children now and can't produce at the level that he used to. Don't get me wrong, he still puts out bangers, and when he's on a hot streak, he'll pump out like 3 or 4 videos in a row, and then maybe he'll be on a hiatus for a week, and then he comes back with another couple bangers. And most of the time it's about cameras and camera equipment. So, but nevertheless, I would say that I watch most of Chris's vlogs, if not all of them, just because I'm interested in whatever it is, what he has to say about whatever he's talking about, even if I don't care about what he's talking about. So that's that. And now for the honorable mention, the extra channel that you should check out in 2026 is my son Bryce. Life with Bryce, living life with Bryce. If you're an old school fan of this channel, then obviously you've seen Bryce grow up. When I started vlogging daily, Bryce was 4 years old, but literally Bryce, you can watch Bryce's birth, like not the whole thing, but like the night of his birth on this channel right now. I think it's called It's Baby Time. But nevertheless, Bryce was literally born on this channel and raised on this channel. And I'm super proud that he has decided to start vlogging. He's 18 years old. He's living in Flagstaff, going to NAU. He's not quite on a schedule yet. I'm trying to tell him like, hey, you need to be at least weekly. I'm trying to coach him like, hey, at least once a week. But basically, anytime you do something fun, anytime you do something exciting, or if you just feel like talking about something that you saw in the news or you saw online, pull the camera out. And obviously for Christmas, I got him a DJI Action 5 Pro with the extension rod, and he's already put it to use twice over Christmas break. So again, super proud of that. But I wouldn't be a dad, I don't think, if I didn't mention it. Now, my daughter has a channel as well, but she's not quite as active. She's not quite sure what she wants to do. She wants to do more live streams or she wants to do more podcasting, but I also got her an Action 5 as well to try and hopefully kind of encourage her like, hey, now you have a camera, do something with it. All right, that's it. That's my list. I had to cut myself off. There are definitely way more channels that I watch on a regular basis that you should check out. I'll have everyone that I mentioned, including those, linked in the description down below. Take a few minutes, watch a couple videos from each channel. If you're not sure where to start, all of these channels will have a For You shelf at the top of their channel. These are videos that YouTube is recommending for you specifically. So if you're like, I don't know which video to watch, start with that. Start with the For You shelf. All channels, most channels should have that activated because it's just awesome. The algorithm's recommending your videos to the viewer. So start there, the For You shelf on all these channels, linked in the description down below. All right, 6:45. I've been working on today's vlog. A lot of extra editing for today. Tiffany walks in the door and immediately straight to dinner. We're doing soup and paninis. I got this hickory smoked Gouda, which is delicious, and some buffalo style chicken on some Dave's bread. I threw in some Mrs. Klein's jalapenos and this little like spicy guac. Last night I edited the vlog after dinner and shower and orders and whatnot, and didn't really hang out with Tiffany. So tonight I opted to hang out with Tiffany and not edit the vlog. So I'll definitely have to finish that in the morning. Hopefully it's not too daunting. And we just watched The Price is Right. That was what she put on. That's what we watched. It was a special night edition with everyone got cars, and you know, it was fun. We haven't watched, I mean, we used to watch Price when I was a kid. Obviously now it's Drew Carey, it's different, but it was fun. Came in here, put in my orders, and get ready to call it a night. Bryce just walked in the door from thrifting, and of course I asked him like, "Hey, did you vlog?" And he's like, "No." So gotta get on top of him. Gotta get him on that. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the vlog. Hope you find some vloggers that you enjoy. Let me know in the comments down below if you do. If you end up checking out the vloggers I mentioned and you find one that you really like, come back to this video and leave a comment down below. Or if you already watched some of the vloggers I mentioned, let me know. I'm really curious. And of course, if there's any vloggers that I didn't mention that you think I should check out after hearing what I said, what I like, let me know in the comments below as well. Tag them and I will check them out. And as always, thank you for watching the vlog. We'll see you tomorrow.